In the heart of the ancient world, primates lived not as solitary wanderers but as members of groups bound by family, survival, and strategy. Their days unfolded beneath the canopy of forests and across the open stretches of savanna, where life was both a gift and a constant struggle. The rain would fall heavy at times, soaking the ground and chilling the air, yet even under storms the bonds of the group remained unbroken. It was in unity that these creatures found the strength to endure, protect, and thrive. At the center of every group were the mothers with their infants pressed close to their chests. The bond between mother and child was fierce and unshakable. Each movement of the mother was guided not only by her own survival, but by the fragile life she carried. She would forage carefully, choosing fruits and roots while keeping her infant safe from sudden threats. When danger approached, her body became both shield and refuge, wrapping the infant in arms strong with instinct and love. Predators haunted the edges of the forest and savanna. The shadow of leopards in the trees, the stealth of snakes in the undergrowth, and the roar of lions across the open plains were ever present. Yet primates were not defenseless. The strength of the group was their greatest weapon. When a predator threatened, the group gathered, calling out in loud cries that echoed through the trees or across the grasslands. The alarm spread quickly, mothers rushing their young to the safety of the center, while stronger males and allies positioned themselves at the edges, prepared to confront the intruder. The defense of the group was never random but filled with strategy. Some individuals shouted from high branches to confuse the predator. Others brandished sticks or hurled stones to drive it away. In savanna regions, the group would tighten formation, using numbers to appear larger and more threatening. The rain that fell upon them did not weaken their resolve, but rather heightened their unity, as each individual relied upon the presence of others. Life was not only defense but also the careful act of hunting and foraging. In some places, small bands worked together to trap insects or flush out small animals from hiding. Their intelligence showed in the way they coordinated movements, surrounding prey, or sharing the rewards of a successful effort. The young watched closely, their eyes wide with curiosity, learning through observation how to one day protect and provide for the group. The forest offered shelter and abundance, yet it was also a maze of dangers. Branches snapped beneath the weight of a predator, storms broke with deafening thunder, and poisonous creatures lurked unseen. Still, within this chaos, primates built rhythms of life. They groomed one another, reinforcing bonds of trust. They called out across distances, maintaining contact even when scattered by the rain. Each gesture of care, each shared morsel of food, strengthened the invisible web that tied them together. On the open savanna, the challenges were different but equally severe. Here, the lack of trees meant the eyes of predators could see from far away. To survive, the primates relied on cooperation even more deeply. Scouts watched the horizon while others foraged. When danger neared, the group signaled quickly, gathering together to protect the vulnerable. The sight of mothers pulling their infants close, while allies brandished sticks and stones, revealed the ancient roots of solidarity. The rain on the savanna came in sweeping sheets, drenching the earth and leaving pools where predators could lurk unseen. Yet even then, the group adapted. They huddled together, backs to the storm, forming living walls that shielded the young. The cries of the infants mixed with the calls of the adults, creating a chorus of survival. In these moments, the unity of the group was unshakable. What defined these primates was not simply the strength of individuals, but the power of collective life. Alone, one would be an easy target. Together, they were a force that predators hesitated to challenge. The strategies of defense, the shared care of infants, and the cooperation in hunting and foraging all spoke of an intelligence that reached beyond instinct. It was the seed of culture, planted in the soil of survival. To see them in forest and savanna, in sun and rain, is to witness the resilience of life itself. The infant clinging to its mother's fur, the group raising its voice against the predator, the careful planning of food gathering. These are the chapters of a story millions of years old, It is the story of creatures who learned that survival is not found in isolation, but in the arms of family and the strength of unity.